Hey, good morning, PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. KC Nix. Brandon, tell them who you are.
I'm Brandon with San Marcos Toyota.
Hey, Brandon is going to bring a little spice of life. Come a little closer. Bring a little spice of life to us today because, Brandon, you got some background with Ford, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ford F-150, number one selling truck. You know what? Number one selling vehicle in America. And we need to look at what the customer's looking at the Ford store and then what they're looking at when they come see a Tundra. Sound like a good idea?
Sounds like a great idea.
Let's talk about frame. You have no truck until you have a powerful frame, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we use a Tri-Tech frame. Let's talk to them a second. Tri-Tech, that's
3 parts.
3 parts. Brandon says 3 parts. First part is a fully hydroformed frame. What this does, Brandon, hold your arms out like this. If I get a lot of flex in the frame, then the truck is worthless. Nissan Titan. Oh, went right there. Did not frame up again. So what we do is we use a fully hydroformed frame. This frame is not going to have any flex at all. It's going to be super rigid. Then we drop the 5.7 liter big V8 on top of this, so we don't want any kind of flex in the front of the frame. When you stop, lean forward, all the inertia is going to come forward. This frame is going to support the weight of the load of braking inertia. So we're good, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we take his frame right here and we go the middle half of the frame. Now this is a rolled C channel. And I like to look at the metal built in this. If I take the metal and I take it out of that reinforced C, I could weld this into a fully formed frame. But I leave that frame open in the middle to give me a little bit of flex where the passenger and driver is. So what I get is I get better ride quality. And in the back, we have an open C channel. I can run my wires, I can run my lines in there. You know what Ford says in their F-150, they use a hydroform frame from nose to tail. Well, what you've done is you've eliminated any kind of flexibility in the frame, so the harshness of the ride shows up. If that frame is so good, then why on their Superduty trucks do they have an open C channel in the rear like we do in our half-ton truck? So I'm saying that our half-ton truck rivals their Superduty truck as far as build. Sound like a good idea?
Yes, sir.
Then we go into the 5.7 liter I-Force engine. And I know you're new with Toyota, but when it has a little I, it means it can say think. Look at him right there, say think. So the engine can, so what does it think about?
Right.
So number one thing it thinks about is load. So how do I change the load, Brandon? Tell them right now, how do I change the load on a truck?
Depending on how you move the axle, space it apart, you go further.
So if I put something in the back,
Yeah.
okay, that's more load.
Right.
If I put a
change the weight.
trailer on there, that's more load, correct?
sir.
So how in the world would the computer know that I've changed the load?
The way the suspension moves up and down.
You know, that would be a good idea, but that's not right. See, you know what? He took a shot, right? So the thing about it is, in order to move more weight, do I need more acceleration? So it's all math. Computers are math. It's math. So if I go deeper to the accelerator and the wheel speed is a little bit slower, what happens is the computer goes, oh, there's a load back here, and the variable valve timing in this engine lifts and gives me more airflow. An engine is nothing more than an air pump. The more air I can force in an engine, the more power I can produce. The problem is, if I'm putting air in, I gotta add fuel, so my gas mileage is down. So what we've done is, we only use this on demand. So if you hook up a trailer, it knows, it goes, I see, Brandon, you're pulling a trailer, boom! So what does Ford do? Ford comes out, puts a 6-cylinder out, which is not enough power, so they,
Don't get the pulling.
so what do they have to do to add power? They have to add airflow, and so they do a,
Air induction heat.
well, so Brandon was the Ford guy and everything. Now he's so Toyoted up, he can't remember. So in the crowd back there, what kind of engine does Ford have now? Eco
Boost.
Boost. So they put turbos on it. Let me tell you a little secret about Eco Boost. When you're boosting the engine, you ain't getting no eco. If you add airflow to an engine, you gotta add fuel. So the problem is, it's eco, no boost, boost, no eco, which makes the name too long. So they just call it Eco Boost. So I'm turbocharging an engine that's too small to pull my load. Toyota's engine changes the dynamics of the engine because you've added load. If I'm pulling a grade, Brandon, does that take more acceleration? The truck knows. It goes, I see what you're doing. And it expands the ability to climb. And then when you go 4-wheel drive, the cool thing about 4-wheel drive in any Tundra is low range 4-wheel drive multiplies the torque by 2.6 to 1. From 1 to 1, from 2.6 to 1. So this becomes an off-road beast. Anytime you're over 4,000 RPMs at a constant basis, the engine lifts with more airflow. So we have created the best towing, the best load, the best climbing, and the best off-road truck out there. Take it from a guy that switched over from Ford and is solidly into Toyota right now. Tundra is your choice. Tell them it's your choice.
Tundra is your choice.
Tell them where you work, Brandon.
San Marcos Toyota.
If they need to buy a Tundra, they need to come see
Brandon at San Marcos Toyota.
Come see us. PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. We'll see you guys next week.